Regarded by many as the best ever player in the last 2 decades, he's built a garage of hypercars worth $30 million. From super rare Ferraris to a Koenigsegg worth more than some footballers' salaries, Ronaldo's collection is as over the top as his goals. Steady guys, we're going to tour CR7's automotive wonderland, including the most expensive car in his collection, worth over $9 million. Number 1. 2017 Bugatti Chiron. Ronaldo lived just the same way he played, fast and flashy. And that means always looking for the meanest, fastest, and most expensive cars money could buy. Well, he for sure found that in Bugattis. And with that, our VIP tour is off to a flyer as we take a look at one of Ronaldo's rarest gems, the 2017 Bugatti Chiron. This absolute beauty stands out as one of CR7's most cherished possessions, the crown jewel of his French fleet, clocking in at a jaw-dropping $3 million. Here's a little fun fact about this guy. The supercar actually pays homage to Louis Chiron, a Monegasque racing driver. Doubt Ronaldo knew or cared about that. So what did he care about then? For starters, only 500 examples of this model were ever manufactured, making this guy one of the rarest cars not only in Ronaldo's garage, but in automotive history. Secondly, and most importantly, this guy is an absolute speed demon. We're talking about power that's nearly impossible to replicate even now, 8 whole years later, thanks to its 8-liter quad-turbocharged and intercooled DOHC 64-valve W16 engine. Phew, that was a lot. Anywho, thanks to that beautiful hunk of metal, this hypercar boasts up to 1,500 horsepower and 1,180 pound-feet of torque. All that power translates to a face-peeling top speed of 261 miles per hour and a 0 to 60 time of 2.3 seconds. Who would even need this amount of speed? Well, CR7 would. However, it's more than just making a mockery of speed limits with this guy. Other notable features include a lightweight titanium exhaust system with 6 outlets, a flat underhood floor with strakes for optimized airflow, and carbon ceramic rear brakes. Plus, Ronaldo's Chiron sports a pearlescent white finish with 24-karat gold accents because he just doesn't do subtlety. Ronaldo's also been spotted cruising in this bad boy with the top down a couple of times. It's not hard to see why he loves this guy. The perfect blend of luxury and speed. And that trend continues throughout his garage. So get comfy, because we're not giving up that $9 million masterpiece that easily. Number 2. 2019 McLaren Senna. For a collection like Ronaldo's that prioritizes speed and luxury over all else, it would be a travesty not to own a McLaren. The ex-Manchester United player knew this, so he splashed $1 million on a 2019 McLaren Senna. The British automaker can do no wrong with their production vehicles, and this beauty is another testament to this. This guy is only the 3rd addition to the McLaren Ultimate Series, joining the P1 and F1. It, however, is not a direct successor to either of these models. Just like with Ronaldo's Chiron, this guy is an absolute rarity, with only 500 examples ever manufactured. And also like the Chiron, the Senna was named after the Brazilian F1 race driver Ayrton Senna, giving tribute to the success he achieved with the McLaren Formula One team for 5 years between 1988 and 1993. That means this carbon fiber rocket mirroring Senna is all about performance, right down to even its exterior. McLaren's primary focus while designing the Senna, even though it's quite street legal, was to achieve faster lap times. In order to do so, the engineers developed a lightweight design that incorporated aerodynamic elements. One of these aerodynamic elements is a rear wing so massive it could probably double as a picnic table if a picnic table could hit 200 miles per hour. The Senna was even designed using a modified version of McLaren's 720S carbon fiber monocoque. The result of this? A hypercar that weighed just 2,641 pounds, lighter than Ronaldo's ego after netting a hat-trick. And this also meant that the Senna could go really fast. A little spoiler though. All that still wasn't enough to beat the Chiron. Sporting a 4-liter twin-turbocharged V8 engine, this sleek beauty is capable of producing up to 789 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque. For sure, you now fully understand the amount of power Ronaldo's Chiron is packing. As for the Senna, it boasts an impressive max speed of 208 miles per hour, and it also gets going like that, accelerating from a standstill to 60 in 2.8 seconds. Ronaldo still added his own touch to the Senna, as if it wasn't already eye-catching enough. The El Nasser captain customized it in his signature crimson red, with black accents and a CR7 logo stitched into the racing seats, going fast in style while sitting on your own initials. Number 3. 2021 Ferrari Monza SP1. Is it really a luxury car collection if there isn't a Ferrari model? How about a little fun tidbit? Back in 2016, Ronaldo lost out to Leo Messi in a bidding war for the Ferrari 335S Spider Scaglietti. Despite the setback, he's gone on to add other rare Ferraris to his garage. One of these rare Ferraris is a 2021 Ferrari Monza SP1. Yep, this beauty is a whole lot different from your usual open-top sports cars. The Monza SP1 is what happens when Ferrari goes, you know what, let's build a car with no roof, no windshield, and no regard for practicality. And Ronaldo, he said, perfecto. The Monza SP1 is the first model in Ferrari's Icona series, which aims to design special sports cars inspired by classic Ferrari models in a limited series. Ronaldo, as usual, keeps up with the limited edition trend with this Ferrari, as fewer than 500 examples were ever built between the SP1 and SP2. The design of the SP1 actually draws inspiration from the 750 Monza and the 860 Monza racing cars of the 50s. As for how it deviates airflow away from the driver without a windshield, well, we have a patented Ferrari technology called virtual windshield to thank for that. Apparently, the SP1 uses an aerodynamic passage under the driver's aero screen to deflect airflow and create a low speed bubble around the cockpit. CR7 actually loved the whole no windshield vibe from the second he got into the Monza SP1's cockpit, as he was spotted in Maranello, Italy, test driving this bad boy, grinning from ear to ear. Besides the obvious eye-catching exterior of this beauty, you just know Ferrari never skipped out on power. Under its hood is a 6.5-liter naturally aspirated refined version of the engine used in the 812 Superfast, boasting 809 horsepower and 530 pound-feet of torque. That's even more power than Ronaldo's Senna, but in terms of speed, this guy still couldn't meet up, maxing out at 186 miles per hour. It also takes this Ferrari just 2.8 seconds to go from 0 to 60. Ronaldo might have 5 Ferraris gathering dust in his garage, but this guy is one of his faves, and it's easy to see why. Plus, it cost him $1.8 million to take it home with him, his most expensive Ferrari yet. Number 4. Bugatti Veyron Grand Sport Vitesse. Question: what's better than owning one Bugatti? Ding ding ding! Owning 2. Wait, scratch that. Owning 3. But right now, we're about to get into his 2015 Bugatti Veyron Grand Sport Vitesse. No offense, but if you've not heard of this guy, then you've probably been living under a rock for the past 10 years. What you're looking at was once one of the fastest street-legal production cars in the world. A record it held until it was beaten by another car in CR7's already mind-blowing collection, the Chiron. But it's more than just the speed with this beauty. And in a minute, you'll understand why. The Bugatti Veyron is a target-top version of the Veyron Supersport, renowned for its open-top design and incredible performance. Imagine this, moving at 200+ miles per hour with an open roof, the wind against your face. You're literally one with the road, and for a second, you feel absolutely unstoppable. That, guys, is what it feels like hopping into the Veyron's cockpit. Time for a history lesson. Just like with the Senna and the Chiron, the Veyron took its name after Pierre Veyron, a racing driver. Besides its high performance, this beauty's handling puts it in a tier above so many other hypercars. The ride features a racing chassis, fast-acting shock absorbers, and reinforced anti-roll bars for precise control, along with a carbon monocoque for high torsional rigidity. What these all mean is that you're always in control even as you jet off to light speed. Details of what's under its hood? Well, this guy shares engines with the Chiron, an 8-liter quad-turbocharged and intercooled DOHC 64-valve W16 engine, but the Chiron still trumps it in power. The Veyron boasts 1,200 horsepower and 1,100 pound-feet of torque, propelling it to 255 miles per hour with its roof panel in place and 233 miles per hour without it. Both speed times are still under the Chiron. It would also go from 0 to 60 in just 2.6 seconds. This hypercar also features a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission with manual shifting mode and an all-wheel drive, a speed demon with an acceleration as smooth as sliding a hot knife through butter. 2 hit Bugattis so far, but the third will blow these 2 right out of the park. But before then, how about another mouth-watering Ferrari? Number 5. 2011 Ferrari 599 GTO. Just like with his love for Bugattis, CR7 is also head over heels in love with Ferraris. He just can't help it. But out of all 5 Ferraris he's got stashed up somewhere, one has really stood the test of time. And that, guys, is his 2011 Ferrari 599 GTO. This beauty was only the second Ferrari he'd ever owned. The first honor goes to the 599 Fiorano he bought in 2008. Sad story though. That guy is no longer part of his fleet. He crashed his 599 Fiorano in 2009. He then waited 2 years before getting another Ferrari, this Ferrari. And since then, he's not parted with this bad boy. The 599 GTO might be over 14 years old, but it would still hold its own against the newer rides in Ronaldo's garage. And for you to understand why, you've just got to understand the level of engineering you're looking at. For starters, Ronaldo might have been younger then, but he still understood the value of rarity. His taste for limited edition models had to start from somewhere, and the 599 GTO was his first. Only 599 examples of this bad boy were ever built. Now you understand why he's not yet parted with it. In addition to that, what you're looking at is the street-legal version of the 599XX, an experimental race car lauded for its extreme performance. An extreme performance that we'll be getting into in a minute. This beauty might be road legal, but at its core, this was definitely built for the track. It was once Ferrari's fastest road car around the Fiorano test circuit, lapping it in 1 minute and 24 seconds, 1 second faster than the Ferrari Enzo. The 599 GTO is a masterpiece, sporting a 6-liter V12 engine producing up to 660 horsepower at 8,250 RPM and 457 pound-feet of torque at 6,500 RPM. This beauty will cut through air at a top speed of 205 miles per hour while going from 0 to 62 in 3.3 seconds. And it achieved this with a windshield on, by the way. Ronaldo's definitely been in faster cars now, but back then, he was in speed heaven with this guy. The Italian automaker built the 599 GTO with an aluminum body shell and a hydroformed exhaust, which saves weight. In the end, this guy weighs just 3,538 pounds, about 220 pounds less than the GTB, and it only cost him $410,000 to take this guy home, a fraction of what he spent on the other supercars in his collection, including Number 6. Koenigsegg CCX. Before Ronaldo went all out for the Bugattis in his collection, he actually already had a hypercar that helped him deal with his need for speed. That was the Koenigsegg CCX. Well, not to oversell it here, but the Koenigsegg brand is pretty much synonymous with speed. So yeah, CR7 turned out to be just the right automaker. While the actual time of the purchase is still a blur, what we do know though is that the ex-Real Madrid player bought the Koenigsegg CCX sometime between 2006 and 2010, as that was the production period of the ride. And it cost him a jaw-dropping $1.7 million to complete the deal. The big question now is, was it even worth it? Well, how about you figure that out yourselves? The CCX, a mid-engine sports car, was designed as a global model to meet worldwide safety and emission standards, particularly for the US market. This guy can literally be sold anywhere in the world. In fact, it was only the first Koenigsegg model to be sold in the United States, which was a relief for a whole lot of people because this is quite the car. The CCX stands out for the same reason every other car has stood out in Ronaldo's garage: its exceptional performance. Several other features on the CCX add to its appeal, and obviously, its unbelievable price tag. For one, its unique rotating doors stand out, differentiating it from every other supercar. Also, from improved aerodynamics, this bad boy features a really flat underbody with Venturi tunnels, rear diffusers, and a front air splitter, all to enhance downforce. The interior? Well, what did you expect for $1.7 million? Bespoke craftsmanship featuring specially made dials, switches, and dials. While all these are great, it's what lies under the hood that really gets people talking. At its core is a powerful twin supercharged 4.7-liter V8 engine, initially based on a Ford Mustang Cobra block capable of unleashing 806 horsepower, making it quite the hypercar. That power translates to a top speed of over 245 miles per hour and a 0 to 60 acceleration time of just 3.2 seconds. You can't have all that speed without proper brakes or handling, which are two areas it delivers on incredibly. This Swedish masterpiece is CR7's go-to flex for sunny afternoons in Madrid, and you can definitely see why. So what do you think? Worth $1.7 million or not? Well, if you think this was over the top, then wait till you get a load of our big finale. The most expensive ride in Ronaldo's garage that, as it stands, is probably already more than a small nation. Remember that third Bugatti? Yeah, that's our guy. Number 7. Bugatti Centodieci. For even celebrities and athletes like him, owning a single Bugatti would be the dream. But Ronaldo takes it to a whole new different level. You know what? Scratch that. He takes it to a whole nother planet, owning a literal fleet all worth north of $2 million. But the icing on this incredibly expensive cake is this guy, the Bugatti Centodieci. This is our big finale. Back in 2021, Ronaldo introduced this beauty to the rest of his already impressive fleet. It immediately claimed the title of the most expensive hypercar in his garage, worth a staggering $9 million. It was reported that the 5-time Ballon d'Or winner bought it to celebrate his 36th birthday, and what a gift this guy was. The Centodieci checks all the boxes required to make it to Ronaldo's garage: expensive, incredibly fast, modern, and a rarity. The only difference is it takes all these guys to the max, right down to its rarity. What you're looking at is one of the rarest cars ever made. Only 10 examples of the Centodieci exist today, and CR7's got one of them. Now you understand why it costs that much. But besides its rarity, what else makes the Centodieci special? For starters, this is a hypercar that pays homage to the EB110, reinterpreting its flatter, Bauhaus-inspired design with a play of light and shadow, as well as gentle curves. It also features a small horseshoe radiator grille below the headlamps, another hark back to the EB110. Narrow headlights with sharp grooves and LED daytime running function are used to create this aggressive appearance. Its rear consists of 8 taillights along with matte black quad exhaust pipes placed on either side of a large diffuser. All these designs were completed in just 6 months thanks to computer-assisted 3D design techniques and the use of virtual reality technology. No need to thank us for the little fun fact. While all these make the Centodieci a real head-turner, only one thing really mattered for Ronaldo, and that was what it got packing under its hood. This guy is a complete high-performance tour de force. What this means is that the Centodieci will accelerate from 0 to 60 in just 2 seconds. The quickest acceleration time in CR7's garage, even though it shares engines with the Chiron, an 8-liter quad-turbocharged W16. It also boasts 1,600 horsepower, more than the Chiron as well. In terms of speed though, the Chiron still reigns supreme, with the Centodieci electronically limited to 236 miles per hour. With only 10 examples of this guy in existence, you can bet that many years from now, it would be worth so much more than Ronaldo paid for. So, believe it or not, this is well worth its mind-numbing price range. Not to mention just how powerful a car it is. Well guys, we've reached the end of this mind-blowing tour. Ronaldo's car collection is definitely up there as the most insane ever. And while processing all that's great, the real question is, what's next? What other rare gem will he spend an arm and a leg on? Judging by what we've seen so far, whatever he adds next is bound to be something absolutely exceptional and expensive. All we can do is wait and see.